Hi, so there were 3 steps in this assignment, and I'm going to go through them step by step. The first step was to think and just describe the kind of anxiety that I have in my body, especially when I'm about to present. And this definitely happens. I can definitely experience presentation anxiety. I normally get really shaky, my hands get really sweaty. I feel like I'm either a flight or a freeze. On rare cases, I'm a fighter, but not when I'm about to present something. I'm more of a fighter when I'm about to start a soccer game or a basketball game or doing some kind of activity or sport. But when it's something like speaking or being in front of a lot of people and presenting, I immediately go into my flight. Like, I want to run to the bathroom, or I want to hide behind the curtains, and then either the fawn or freeze, where my brain just literally freezes and I can't think of anything, and everyone's staring at me waiting for me to talk, and I'm just like, yeah, nothing's coming out. So that's that's sorry, that's the anxiety in the body. Did I say my hands get sweaty as well? My hands also will get really sweaty. And then I feel like my shortness of breath happens, my heartbeat will go up. I almost feel like my thyroid's not wanting to work either. So lots of anxiety in the body. And then the second step was identifying the method to deal with it, and a tool to get you more prepared for presenting speeches. And the tool that I found, it's called the deep diaphragmatic breathing. Hopefully I said that right. And it can help calm the nervous system, and it brings you back to your breath. And the first thing that really helps your brain is oxygen to the brain. So when you have less oxygen to the brain, you're gonna have a harder time thinking, and especially just thinking in general, but also thinking clearly, which is what you're gonna need when you're presenting. So these are the steps to do it. So you position your spine. You can either sit or stand. Either way, your spine has to be straight. And then you put your hands on your chest and on your stomach, and you take a really deep breath. You can hold it in for about like 4 seconds, going in through the nose. So you go, that's the second step. And then you hold it is the third step. I like to hold mine for about 4 to 6 seconds. Some people say like 2 to 8 seconds is kind of the range. And then once you hold it, then you exhale very slowly out of your mouth. So you go like that. And you want to feel your stomach rise a little bit, because that means that the oxygen and the air is getting to all of your lungs, even to the bottom of your lungs, and you want to fill your lungs up with air. And you want to keep doing that. Repeating is the last step, as many times as you need, until your body can be functional again, really. And then the third step is your personal experience with presenting. And I actually just recently had a personal experience at work with presenting for something called the Coffee Masters. I'm a barista at Starbucks, and we have this program called the Coffee Masters, where you can do a bunch of research and background on the coffee beans that we sell and how we got our blends, and from the start to finish of the whole process of making coffee, and where it grows and how it grows, and even down to the history and the origin of the first person who discovered coffee. And so you learn about all these things, and then you have to do a presentation to your boss, your boss's boss, and other people that kind of want to join in. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, especially when you're doing it with your boss. In my opinion, that's like where the biggest part of my anxiety comes from, is like, oh my gosh, what is my boss gonna think of this? Because I want her to be proud of me and appreciate what I do. And so if it puts a lot of pressure on me when, you know, I want to please her, I guess, and make her confident in me and know that I'm doing a good job. So yeah, that's my example. And I will say, more to dive deeper into the example, I was very nervous that day. I woke up already feeling anxious. I had a list of things to do. I rushed through all of them, and then I finally got there and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I wanted to run. Flight. I wanted to run. I was shaking, my hands were sweating, I was having a hard time breathing. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom, get some wiggles in, and get my nerves to calm down. And I actually didn't have time to do that, and so I just kind of had to act as normal as possible for the presentation, even though my hands were literally shaking. So anyways, that was my personal example. That was my little video. Thank you for coming along. Bye.